create.
Well, Lizzie here. Hi.
Hi, Lizzie.
We worked it out. My favorite was was filming the 70s episode with while Wanda's pregnant. I think it felt like it got to be equally the most like the physical for the comedy and absurd, but then we also got to start to play with the barrier quite literally a bit more, and I really enjoyed getting to play all the levels that we show in that episode, and then in the following episode when everyone's starting at Sword starting to see what was really going on. And so that there were a lot of different versions that we had to shoot, and it was fun to navigate how much we were exposing to either vision or how much we were exposing to the audience. It was a fun line to tread.
I'm curious. I mean, for both Lizzie and Paul, I mean, just take us back to sort of the beginning of this journey with this show. I guess, how did you guys sort of first react when it was pitched to you, and sort of as you guys got into production, what sort of surprised you the most about the show?
This is Paul speaking, Paul Vassily, aka Vision. I was convinced that I was about to be fired, so I was just excited to still have a job. And then when the whole thing was pitched to me, I was like, God, it's a fascinating idea. And then to see it sort of bloom in the hands of Jack and Matt and really become something special has been one of the most sort of creative and collaborative experiences of my my career, and I've loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it was really incredible to see to just be 2 weeks before filming anything and get together and have Matt and Jack have, as almost every episode, maybe with tweaks that were later made, but we had everything in front of us, and we got to, as a company, read through every single script and ask questions and figure out the visual language that we were all going to be participating in. And you don't have that opportunity a lot. From the get-go is a very collaborative experience, and it was it was more confusing for the audience watching at home than it was for us making it. Hopefully.
Jack and Matt, what do you remember of those initial conversations where you were talking with Lizzie and Paul, explaining the arc of the show and sort of where you saw this going and what it was going to dive into?
I mean, I was so nervous when they first came in. I think Lizzie, I met you first, and you came in, and Mary and I pitched the whole board. We had this really fabulous writer's room that was just like plastered with art and trying to sort of like, I don't know, have all of the arcs of the show kind of clear, because it was a challenging pitch because of all the sort of twists and turns and left turns and all the meta. So it was really wonderful to invite Lizzie and then Paul and then Randall as well. I will never forget Randall coming in because he wore the most beautiful sweater I've ever seen, and I've been searching for that same sweater for myself ever since. So Randall, we just need a sidebar on that.
Okay.
At a later date. It was
post gorgeous. The link.
So the pitch was a lot of fun. I was nervous about it, but then it was always really fun because they could come into this space and see all of the art and all the intention, and I was so relieved that they seemed really on board and excited about it. And like Lizzie said, like it really more than many other experiences I've had. It was such a collaborative experience, and we did feel like a company because there were just so many moving parts to this story. And then I do remember going out with Lizzie for a really fabulous Mexican dinner and just getting really deep into Wanda and what Lizzie's hopes always were for her, and what the like deep down stuff was, and that was just so incredibly fun.
And